Tesla Roadster may have launched the company into the limelight and garnered attention, but the Model 3 is the vehicle that made Tesla what it is today. It has become the best-selling electric vehicle, yet Tesla continues improving the model. Tesla is releasing the 2022 model when the whole automobile industry is unprepared for what is to come. What additions has Tesla made to the 2022 model? How is the newest design? In this video, we will showcase the 10 reasons why the brand new Tesla Model 3 has shocked the automobile industry. If you don't want to miss any of its incredible features, keep watching the video. The Tesla Model 3 may be one of the most significant automobiles ever produced. It is a remarkable achievement in the company's ambition to deliver electric automobiles to the masses. Tesla's prior models were fantastic automobiles, but they were too expensive for most people to consider replacing their internal combustion engine automobile with one. Here are 10 reasons why the Tesla Model 3 has stunned the automotive industry. Number 1. The Model 3 debuted at a significantly lower price of $35,000 and the business pledged to produce 500,000 units annually. Now it appears that the pledge nearly bankrupted the company, according to Tesla CEO Elon Musk. While the Model S and Model X were both outstanding automobiles, it was the Model 3 that converted Tesla from a high-profile niche car maker into the most valuable automaker in the world, worth more than General Motors, Ford, and Toyota combined. The journey there was anything from simple. Significant troubles plagued the company, including disappointing suppliers, problems with the company's vast and expensive automated manufacturing process, a massive recall, and trouble delivering vehicles. This resulted in a loss of $700 million in the first quarter of 2019. Nonetheless, Model 3 turned the company around. Number 2. The company's 500,000 pre-orders likely salvaged Tesla's Model 3 debut. Those with deposits of $1,000 came in help when the company needed funds. This gave Musk $500 million to play with. Tesla subsequently declared its third consecutive profitable quarter as it resolved production issues. Model 3 had a significant role in the company's achievement of its objectives. Hence, Model 3 nearly destroyed Tesla but ultimately saved it. Model 3 remains Tesla's most affordable vehicle. The electric car was formally introduced on the automaker's third-generation chassis in 2016. Now present on Model 3 and Model Y after obtaining over 130,000 bookings in the first 24 hours, Model 3 consumer deliveries began in July 2017. Since then, it has outpaced the competition in sales alongside a redesign. Number 3. In 2021, the Model 3 was offered in 3 distinct trim levels, with a single-motor rear-wheel drive power plant in the standard range, plus 2-motor all-wheel drive powertrains in the long-range and performance models. These 3 variants grow proportionally and prices can increase as more optional features are added. The standard Model 3 sedan is the cheapest and most basic Tesla vehicle. The single-motor rear-wheel drive battery is the smallest. Tesla also offers the long-range Model 3 with dual-motor all-wheel drive and a larger battery pack, resulting in a more extended driving range. Number 4. The Model 3 Performance is the highest trim level, featuring dual motors and all-wheel drive. Unlike Model X and Model Y, Model 3 comes standard with up to 5 seats regardless of trim level. The electric automobile has a cargo capacity of 23 cubic feet. Tesla's Model 3 has been manufactured at the Fremont factory in California and the Shanghai factory in China. The China-made Model 3 is sold to Europe, but that is about to change with the launch of the new Giga Berlin in the past few weeks. The Model 3 is a global bestseller, but is not simply consumed. Those that have observed the car's practical benefits, such as law enforcement, are considering adding it to their fleet. The U.S. Lynn Creek Police Department is one example. Number 5. The police department equipped a Model 3 with the standard police crews and necessities, including red and blue flashing lights, a radio, and a siren. Despite the Model 3's success and acclaim, the department decided to go with the Model 3 after analyzing the expenses of various vehicles and even contemplating repairing outdated police cruisers. Tesla continues improving the car, and the 2022 model is the greatest. Number 6. The Tesla Model 3 boasts an interior unlike any other vehicle on the market. It is astonishingly simple inside, with practically everything controlled via a 15-inch touchscreen dashboard display. The center below the flat door creates a big, airy interior with seating for up to 5 people, making it an ideal family vehicle. Forward visibility is also excellent, due to the absence of an engine under the hood, which is made feasible by the hood's low profile. The trunk may be readily expanded by folding. The 60-40 split folding rear seats and seat backs of the Model 3 provide an uninterrupted cargo floor for transporting heavier objects when the rear seats are folded. Model 3 has sufficient space for 15 carry-on luggage and ample-sized bins and cubbies throughout the cabin. Model 3 is one of the only vehicles in its class with a front trunk measuring 2.7 cubic feet. Other manufacturers have since imitated this feature, which allows the driver and front passenger to operate the vents on both sides of the cabin using a touch screen. Number 7. The cabin is silent, and the electric propulsion and the majority of road noise are kept at bay by the wind. Most of the time, comfort is satisfactory, but if the road surface is broken or uneven, it might occasionally feel uncomfortable. The Model 3 feels sporty and engaging thanks to powerful off-the-line performance, intelligent and quick steering, and coordinated and nimble handling. One of Tesla's claims to fame is an instant, practically silent, and seamless rush of power when the accelerator is pressed. Despite being the cheapest vehicle in Tesla's lineup, the Model 3 is undeniably a thrill ride. The base model accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.8 seconds and has a top speed of 140 miles per hour. This is sufficient for most people, as you will pass high-C cars rapidly when the light turns green. In addition to the standard model's 267-mile range, the Model 3 long range accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds and has a top speed of 145 miles per hour. 334 miles is the most extended range of any Model 3 vehicle. Number 8. Trim model is available 3 if you want even more excellent performance. The performance trim only has a driving range of 315 miles between charges. You can listen to music via FM HD and satellite radio, utilize Bluetooth to wirelessly stream audio and make hands-free calls, or download music streaming apps like Spotify, Tidal, and Tunnel N. Unlike traditional automakers, Tesla does not follow a predictable pattern of model revisions during mid-cycle refreshes. Number 9. Tesla updates its new and existing vehicles via over-the-air software updates regularly. This means that the Model 3 you purchase today may offer additional and improved features in the future. The highlight is the autopilot system that employs adaptive cruise control and lane-keeping aid to accelerate, steer, and brake on the highway. It functions better than most semi-autonomous systems and presents all pertinent information in real time on the dashboard screen. This is remarkable technology. Additionally, the 2022 model features a 12-volt lithium-ion battery instead of the lead-acid battery seen in prior models. Tesla has also fitted back windows with sound reduction for a quieter ride. Electric vehicles are inherently silent, but Tesla will help you block out more noise by 2022. Number 10. Model 3 features a faster CPU for the infotainment system. Model 3's price fluctuates due to the company's frequent price adjustments in response to fluctuating market conditions, and the price differs from location to location. On Tesla's website, however, the standard Model 3 can be ordered for $48,500, while the Model 3 extended range begins at $55,990. The Model 3 Performance is the most costly, with a starting price of $62,995. All costs are before incentives, so you should check what is available in your area. And that completes our video for today. Share your thoughts on the Tesla Model 3 in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content such as this.